Okay, everyone, please answer your attendances. Roll number 426,
Present, sir.
27,
Present, sir.
28, 28, 29, 30,
Present, sir.
31,
Present, sir.
32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
Present, sir.
35, 36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39, not there, 40,
Present, sir.
41,
41 present, sir.
42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44, Bandopadhyay, 45,
Present, sir.
46,
Present, sir.
47,
Present, sir.
48, 49,
Present, sir.
50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53,
Present, sir.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
56,
Present, sir.
57,
Present, sir.
58,
Present, sir.
59,
Present, sir.
60,
Present, sir.
61,
Present, sir.
62,
Present, sir.
63,
Present, sir.
64,
Present, sir.
65,
Present, sir.
66, 66, 67,
Present, sir.
68,
Present, sir.
69,
Present, sir.
70,
Present, sir.
71,
Present, sir.
72,
Present, sir.
73, 74,
Present, sir.
75,
Present, sir.
76,
Present, sir.
77, 77, 78,
Present, sir.
79, Ravi Tiwari, 80, 81,
Present, sir.
82, 83,
Present, sir.
84,
Present, sir.
85,
Present, sir.
86,
Yes, sir.
87,
Present,
88,
sir.
88,
Present, sir.
89,
Present, sir.
90,
Present, sir. 90
Sir,
present.
91.
sir, 82 present, sir. Sorry. Sir,
Okay,
82. Sorry, sir.
91, Shibani Basa. 94,
94 present, sir.
95,
Present, sir.
96, 96, Rahul Gorai. 97,
Present, sir.
98,
Present, sir.
99,
Present, sir.
500,
Present, sir.
501,
Present, sir.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5,
Present, sir.
7,
Present, sir.
8, Tapas Jena. 9,
Present, sir.
10.
Present, sir.
Okay, let me call the absentees again. 508, Tapas Jena. 496, Rahul Gorai. 491, Shibani Basa. 480 Rohit Rautrai, 479 Ravi Tiwari. आप अगर यहाँ पे है तो just let me know. 477 Raghav Mehta. 4 Raghav, you are present. Then 466 Krishna Mishra. Then 448 Bhavishya. 444 Ankush Bandopadhyay. 435 Aditya Saraf. 429 that is Abhinav Raj. So these are absent for today. So last class में हम लोग metabolism and basics of biomolecules पढ़े थे. So today we are going to read about completely new topic, and this will be the last topic for your mid-semester syllabus. Okay, I'm not sure whether we have completed this, but let me just share my presentation. Okay, let me know if my screen is visible to you all. Is my
Yes,
screen
sir.
visible to you
Yes,
all?
sir, visible.
Okay, did we? I'll just pass through the slides. The topic did we complete this topic, or are we yet to read this?
No, sir, we have not completed.
No, sir, we did.
So we have done up to cellular respiration.
Okay, fine. Then we have to start with this. So this is the last topic for your mid-semester syllabus. Let me just start it. So we are going to talk about the protein synthesis process. So in all the living creatures, if you're going to look at the protein content is 60% of the dry mass. Okay, why? Because apart from water, like we have in a cell, we have a mass. So out of mass, we have two different kinds of masses. One is wet mass, which is usually made up of water. So apart from water, whatever the content is left over, you call it as dry mass.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, can you take my attendance? 444.
afterwards, after the class.
Okay, sir.
So we have a wet mass and then we have a dry mass. So in the dry mass, the protein content is huge. Why? Because if you are going to look at the cellular functions, majority of the function is dependent upon the protein, be it in the form of a transportation, be it in the form of a structural formations, be it in the form of catalysis, okay, or be it in the form of acting as energy-based molecules. So everywhere you see the protein playing a key role in the nature. Okay. So ये protein का जो synthesis होता है, that is completely dependent upon the formation of your DNA molecule. Okay, and like your DNA, we have our DNA. The DNA is basically made up of the arrangement of the nucleotide bases. आपका जब DNA बन रहा है, आपने already देख चुका है कि DNA कैसे बन रहा है, chain कैसे form हो रहा है. तो ये जो chain form हो रहा है, so we have seen that the nucleotide bases are randomly arranged. Okay. However, the arrangement actually leads to formation of different codes. We call it as genetic code. Okay. So in a DNA, the genetic code is something that depicts the type of the protein that has to be formed inside a living creature. And that's the reason why you are so specific, so keen about the DNA. Okay. So this is the thing that actually carry you the entire information of the protein of the cell. And hence, when a cell gets divided or when we carry forward our progenies, the primary thing that we look at is the DNA content, not the RNA content or the protein content. Okay, because the entire basis, it's like the blueprint of the entire working of the body that is created on your DNA. So that's the reason why we prefer DNA. Okay, so how does the flow of information begin? We call this a central dogma of life. How does the flow of information happen? We have information located on our DNA. From the DNA, the information is passed on to a shorter, small-lived molecule called as RNA. So what does this RNA do? As DNA is very huge, We can't rely on DNA for small things. Like let's say now I'm there, I'm talking. So there are, let's say I am a human being. I have 10,000 of genes in my body. So out of 10,000 of genes in my body, let's say there are only 40 genes that are getting activated at this point of time. तो सिर्फ 40 genes के लिए मैं मेरे पूरा DNA के ऊपर काम नहीं करूँगा मैं. Okay, so what I have to do? I have to only target this 40 genes on the DNA and make a small copy of it. Okay, so the process is called as transcription. We are actually transferring the script, and the scripture that is actually going to come out is a output is a different molecule. It's an RNA molecule, but there is a what do you say? Whatever the message that we have on the DNA, the same sort of a message is being copied. Okay, with a small difference. What is the difference? There it is a DNA, here it is RNA. So that sort of a process is called as transcription. Okay. Once the transcription is done, now the transcription is giving you a copy of the gene, not the entire DNA. It's only the gene. So this gene copy now has to get translated. We have a code on it. The coding has to be decoded. The process is called translation. So translation leads to formation of something called as protein. And this will be coming out and it will be taking part in the cellular activity. So this way your life process keep running. Okay, so this is how your central dogma of life depends upon. Now let's begin with the topic called as transcription, the first stage of the central dogma. So यहाँ पे हमको क्या करना है? We have our DNA. Let's say this cyan color thing is the original DNA that is actually carrying your coding part. And let's say this is just a complementary strand that has been created just for stability purpose. Okay, तो ये आपका original information है, ये आपका complementary strand है. तो हमको क्या करना है अभी? हमको सिर्फ ये cyan कलर का जो कंटेंट है इसी को कॉपी करना है. ओके, अनलाइक रेप्लिकेशन में हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? वी हैव टू सेपरेट बोथ द चेन्स एंड वी हैव टू सिंथेसाइज न्यू चेन्स ऑन दिस टू. तो वी आर सेपरेटिंग देम कंप्लीटली एंड देन वी आर सिंथेसाइजिंग 2 न्यू चेन्स. यहाँ पे 2 न्यू चेन बनाने की जरूरी नहीं है, हमको एक ही चेन बनाने की जरूरी है. एंड दैट चेन शुड बी exactly resembling the chain of this one. Okay, look at the information here. We have a C, A. This is an RNA molecule, so you don't have a T here. You will find U. Again C, A. So इसका exact copy हमको यहाँ पे बनाना है. As this is an RNA, you don't find a T, you will be finding a U. Okay, so this way we prepare the exact copy of our genetic information, and the process is called as transcription. So while we prepare that, we require some important components. What are the important components? Just have a look at it. So this is our nucleus. So on our nucleus, let's say this is our region where the gene is located. So let's say this is our entire gene. Now the entire gene has 3 different segments. This is upstream, मतलब ये जो gene से थोड़ा बहुत पहले जो region है, you call this as upstream region. और ये जो gene से थोड़ा बाद में जो blue color region है, you call it as downstream region. This basically has the controlling power of transcription. मतलब यहाँ पे you have a region called as promoter. It's like a switch, genetic switch. So what does this genetic switch do? जब भी आपका gene को activate करना पड़ेगा या deactivate करना पड़ेगा, the promoter has to be regulated. So you turn on the switch, just like the way you just turn on the switch, light जल जाएगा या fan पंखा घूमेगा. Same way आपका gene को activate करने के लिए you require a switch, and that switch is located at this region. We call it as promoter. Okay, so what is this region? This is upstream. Then this is gene. Then this is downstream. So this is like the important element that you have to remember: upstream, gene, downstream. So upstream is the region which is just before the gene, and downstream is the region towards the end of the genes. Okay, so this way we start our process on the upstream. Okay, we start our process on the upstream. Now once we start our process on the upstream, the important component on the upstream is promoter. Promoter एक है. Then second important thing is your DNA. On your DNA you have 2 things, right? You have a original coding chain called as sense strand, and you have a complementary chain called as antisense strand. So now your antisense strand is acting as a template. तो इसके बेसिस पे हम एक नया चेन बनाएंगे जो इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री होगा, एंड ये एग्जैक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन जो यहाँ पे जो इंफॉर्मेशन है उसी का एग्जैक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे आपको आएगा, मिलेगा. right? So this way, when you are actually looking at a replication process, we work on the template chain, which is antisense chain, and we try to make the chain of sense DNA. Okay. So what is required for making of it? We require an enzyme called as RNA polymerase. This is another important component. The most important component basically for transcription is RNA polymerase. Okay. So how does the process begin? Let's see. On your upstream region inside the nucleus in the DNA, at the region of the gene, at the upstream region, we have a region called promoter. So promoter is indicated by the presence of a palindrome. Okay. So the palindrome matlab which reads same when you read from forward and backward. You call that as a palindrome. So what does the palindrome indicate? It indicates a region where the so-called activators of the genes comes and bind. So वो activators जब आके bind करेगा यहाँ पे तब आपका gene activate हो जाएगा. So how does it get activated? By addition of a enzyme called as RNA polymerase. Now what does this RNA polymerase do? It will pick up the free bases from the nucleus. Nucleus में बहुत सारे free bases होगा. वहां से pick up करते हुए it keeps adding to the so-called template and it tries to make the RNA. So this is how we initiate the process of transcription. After we initiate the process of transcription, then we see that the so-called the entire gene gets copied. Okay, so we keep adding the bases in the nucleus, and all of these bases gets on added according to its complementary base pairing. Okay, so once the complementary base pairing is done, once the elongation is done, then the molecule, so-called RNA molecule, ये पूरा segment को copy करेंगे, the elongation happens, and at the end, here we have certain factors called as row factors or row independent factors that stop the activity of RNA polymerase. So RNA polymerase का activity खत्म होते ही क्या होगा? The RNA polymerase will be adding only adenine molecules at the end, making a tail of adenine. You call this as poly A tail. Okay, देख लीजिए हम यहाँ से शुरू कर रहे हैं. So we get a short segment here, then we get our gene portion here, and after the gene portion we get a tail called as poly A tail. So this short segment, which is synthesized just before the gene is going to act as a cap. Then we have our so-called gene, and then we have our poly A tail. Okay. Now, this way we make something called as a mRNA. So you see, from our DNA, we have promoter, we have our so-called genetic region, and we have our downstream region. So from the promoter, we are copying from this region, and we are copying till the end of this region. So here we are going to have a tail, here we are going to have a head, and here we got all the genetic content. Good. But now in the gene also, you have several regulatory elements which do not code basically, and you call those regulatory elements as introns. For example, look at this region. You have a orange region here. This is your coding part called as exon. Then you have your non-coding regulatory region called as intron. Then we have again now coding port called exon 2. Then we have intron 2. So this way, in a gene, we may have many exons and many introns. So exons की जरूरी है अभी हमको, intron की जरूरी नहीं है. So what do we have to do? We have to cut them. So what is the process of cutting the introns called as? It's called as mRNA editing or splicing. So what do we split here? We split the so-called intronic regions and we join the exonic regions. So how do we edit it? By a combination of proteins called as spliceosomes. So what does the spliceosomes do? First, they recognize the junctions of exons and introns. एक बार junction recognize करने के बाद, they cut down the RNA available at these locations. Once they cut down the RNA available at these locations, these introns gets self-pasted. मतलब ये एक loop की तरह paste हो जाएंगे. And the exon part has to get joined. So we require a ligation to be happening there. Somebody is raising a hand. Yes, tell me. Yes, tell me what's the query?
No, sir, by mistake.
All right. So we have these exons, then we have introns. Introns को हमको हटाना है. So we recruit a group of proteins called as spliceosomes. So what do? They cut down the introns and they paste the exons. So once they paste the exons, the formed RNA is called as matured form of RNA or processed transcript. So we get a premature mRNA here and we get a mature mRNA here. So premature mRNA after the editing process will be becoming matured format. You can even call it as processed transcript. So now this processed transcript is the most important part required for translation. So it moves out of the nucleus. As you can see, this is happening in the nucleus. The splicing. Now it has to get exported. So exporting करने के लिए you require a signaling compound. So who's going to take the charge? The so-called cap and tail is going to take the charge. Okay. So you have some transporting proteins that will be moving this out of the nuclear pore. ये nucleus है ना? Nucleus में pores है. So the pores are basically required for transportation. So through the pore, this RNA molecule, which is mature now, will be transported outside. So where is it going? Is it going into the cytoplasm? So once it gets into the cytoplasm, now it undergoes something called as translation. The decoding happens here. Okay. So before we study about the decoding, you have to understand what is a code. Okay. So let's see what is a code. Let's say this is our RNA molecule that has come out. Okay. So when your RNA molecule comes out, it is now carrying the codes. So the codes, how do we read the codes? The codes are actually read in the format of triplicates. Okay, triplets or simply triplets. So let's say we have 21 codes, 21 bases here. So 3 bases together will be forming a code. Okay, and these 3 bases should be sequential. They should not be random. Okay, so see here, first 3 are forming code number 1. Next 3 are forming code number 2. Next 3 are forming code number 3. Next 3 are forming. So the codon is always triplicate. Okay, it's a triplet every time. So we have 3 bases forming a codon. Fine. Now in nature, on the RNA, we have how many number of bases are present in the RNA? RNA में कितना bases है बता दीजिए. What are the types of bases in the RNA?
Sir, 4 types.
Yeah, adenine,
AUGC.
guanine, AUGC. Good, AUGC. Right. Now we have 4 types. So ये 4 types से कितना possible combinations हो सकता है? Now a code requires 3 bases. So how many combinations can we get?
2.
How many combinations? Only 2. How many different types of codes can we get? We can actually get 64 combinations.
4 cube.
4 cube. 4 cube. Okay, as it is a triplet, we are taking it as an exponential of this triplet, and then we have 4 bases, so 4 cube, that leads to formation of 64 possible combinations, and these are the 64 possible combinations of your genetic code. Okay, you can either look at this or you can either look at this. So how do you read it? Let's see. Let's read code triple U. U, U, and U. So what is it giving? It's giving phenylalanine. This is one kind of amino acid. Then let's read CUG. CUG. That's going to give you leucine. Let's read CAG. CA. Then G. This is G. So we get glutamine. Let's read CAU. CAU. That is actually giving you histidine. So देखिए एक कोड से हमको एक definite amino acid की decoding हो रहा है. Okay, so these are the 19 different amino acids that are available in the nature, and these 19 different amino acids can have different codes available for them. Okay, so let's look at the properties of these genetic codes. So इस तरह 64 possible combinations हम जब देखेंगे, so 61 combinations are actually decoding and giving you a product. What is the product? It's a amino acid. Okay, what about the other 3? What about the other 3? You see the combinations of U and A. So the combinations of U and A actually are varying and they are not giving anything, and hence we call them as stop codons. So look at these combinations: U, UAA is not giving anything, so it stopped. Then UAG is not giving anything, it stopped. Then UGA not giving anything. So we have 3 stops basically. Okay, so we have 3 stops, and rest 61 are coding for amino acids. So let's look at the properties of these genetic codes. Number 1, it's always a triplet. Just like the way for computer, running of a computer, you require binary coding, which is dependent upon 2 different digits, 0 and 1. Same way, यहाँ पे हमको जो coding है, genetic coding, that is actually dependent upon these combinations of amino acids, which are coming from the so-called bases, nitrogen bases. So 3 nitrogen bases make 1 codon, and they will be decoding, or they will be depicting a specific amino acid. So that's way a code is triplet. A code is degenerate, means we have 19 amino acids, but we have 21 codes. So एक amino acid पाने के लिए there is a chance of having more than one number of codes. That property is called as degeneracy. Okay, फिर से मैं समझा दूंगा. हमारे पास 19 amino acids है नेचर में, and कितना coding sequences है? 61 coding codons are there. So 19 are required, but 61 codons are there, which means that for a single amino acid you may have more than 1 code. Okay, that property is as degeneracy. या तो एक होगा या तो एक से ज्यादा भी होगा, but एक तो पक्का होगा. Okay, so that property is called as degeneracy. Then the code is non-overlapping. As I said earlier, we don't pick up the codes randomly. You see, this is overlapping. You don't. ये पहले ये CCU है, then CAG है. ये, so this is forming one code. This is forming another code. Then we don't immediately start with the next base. We start with the other 3 bases. Okay, so we go read after read. We don't jumble up. So that property is called as non-overlapping property. So this one, we read a code like this, not like this. Then the code is punctuationless. There are no punctuations. There is no space, no full stop, no comma, nothing between the codes. We read them in a straight manner. Okay, the machineries read them in a straight manner. Then the code is unambiguous. What do you mean by unambiguity? Which means एक particular code को हम जब भी देखेंगे, that code always gives you a same answer. Okay, let's look at GUC. GUC. Where is C? Yeah, C. So GUC. आप कहीं भी देख लीजिए, GUC will be giving you value only. Let's see here also G, U, and C. Valin. So wherever you look at a specific code, एक specific code को choose करेंगे जब आप, तो उसका answer आपको हमेशा एक ही होगा. It will give you only one product. Any number of times it will be giving you only one product, not more than that. That property is called as unambiguity. Okay, don't get confused between this degeneracy and unambiguity. Unambiguity मतलब एक code हमेशा आपको एक ही amino acid मिले देगा. That's unambiguity. But एक amino acid पाने के लिए आपके पास एक से ज्यादा codes हो सकता है. That is degeneracy. And last, the code is universal. You take any kind of a living creature, even आपका virus जब activate होगा and it starts to do the functioning, even the viruses also perform the same sort of an activity. Okay, so the decoding activity is common for all the creatures on the earth, and hence it's universal in nature. Okay, so these are the concepts of genetic code. Now let's go on to the process of translation. So for a decoding to happen, what are the things that are required? Number 1 is your messenger RNA. That is actually coming out of your so-called, let's go to, yeah, let's look at this figure. So see here, now where does the translation happen? That happens in the cytoplasm. So what are required here? Number 1 is your mRNA, which is mature. Number 2 is your ribosomes. And number 3 is your transfer RNAs, tRNAs. All the 3 formats of RNAs are required. We have 3 types of RNA, right? Ribosomal RNA, mRNA, and tRNA. So when you go for the translation process, what are the things that are required? You require ribosomal RNA, and that's where the so-called ribosomes is the place where the so-called translation happens in the cytoplasm. Okay, so how does it happen? Number one, initiation. So how does the initiation starts? First, you see the small segment of ribosome. You have two segments, big segment, small segment. So the small segment of ribosome is very crucial in looking at the signal coming from your cap region. So this is your cap, this is your tail, let's say. Okay, so ये जब mRNA आपका जो ये न्यूक्लियर पोर से बाहर निकल के साइटोप्लाज्म में आता है, it looks at the signaling and it detects the signaling and it will be binding to that region. Okay, so it blocks the movement of the RNA further. One, as soon as the binding of the so-called RNA to the smaller segment of ribosome happens, the larger segment comes and settles down. Okay, now what do the larger segment have? The larger segment have three different regions. One is the A site. This region is called as A region, where you see the entry of a tRNA coming. Then you have a P site where you see the release of amino acid happening, and then you have an E site where you see the exit of the so-called tRNA. So while you see the process happening on this particular so-called machinery, there are two things that keeps moving. The codes. जब ये बाइंड होगा तो कोड ये तीनों आगे बढ़ेंगे, एक साथ तीनों आगे बढ़ेंगे. मतलब you have a AAA, the AAA moves forward and the next three occupies this area. Okay, same way when this AAA moves forward, ये chain भी आगे बढ़ेगा. जब ये chain आगे बढ़ेगा, the tRNAs undergo transitions, several transitions. So first movement में binding हो रहा है, second movement में release हो रहा है, and third movement में ये tRNA इसको छोड़ के चला जाएगा. And while this goes out, you see that three bases are also coming out. So this way, the chain keeps moving for every code. Okay, हर एक code के वजह से आपका tRNA का transition हो रहा है. Now, what is this tRNA? Basically, why we are calling it as T transfer? What is it transferring? It's transferring nothing but you see this colored structures on top. This is your hydroxy end. It's called as hydroxy end, where you basically bear the amino acid. We have 19 different amino acids in nature. Okay, so depending upon the code available here, the amino acid will be available here. For example, let's say we have AAA. AAA will be coding for lysine. Okay, so on the tRNA, which has an anticodon complementary to AAA, lysine is available. Okay, see, this is AAA. So automatically the tRNA which has to bind to this should be having a complementary loop called as anticodon loop. So this should be having U. Both are RNAs. So when AAA is bound by U, this moves ahead. Okay, and the moment will be weakening the bonds between the lysine and the tRNA. Okay, and this is how the so-called the amino acid keeps leaving in this machinery. So while the leaving happens, it doesn't happen just like that. Rather, whatever the amino acid is getting released, it tends to form the peptide linkage with the available bases here, or with the available amino acids here. Okay, and the movement happens. So first initiation में क्या हो रहा है? आपका जो mRNA बाहर निकल रहा है, उसको आपका छोटा वाला ribosomal fragment पकड़ रहा है. उसके बाद आपका बड़ा वाला fragment आके इस structure को block कर रहा है, and your first codon is always AUG. Remember, the first codon is always AUG. Majority of the times it's AUG. So you have very little modifications, but in main cases, AUG is always the beginner. So AUG, the tRNA of AUG, which bears the so-called amino acid methionine, will be binding to it. That's the initiation. Now comes elongation. So what happens in the elongation? You can see the direction of the translation is going towards the tail. Okay, while the direction goes towards the tail, we have the movement happening in triplicates. So पहले एक कोड मूव होगा, जैसे एक कोड अंदर की तरफ जाएगा तो ये जो कोड है ये बाहर की तरफ आएगा. Okay, so while the movement of this code keeps happening, you see that the tRNAs get in and the other tRNAs at the end goes out. Okay, and in between you have the amino acids being getting released and forming the peptide links. So this is your E site A site, A is for amino acid. This is the entry point. Then we have the peptidyl point, P site. And then we have the exit point called as E site. So we have A, P, and E regions on this entire machinery. Okay. So you have the synthesis happening, and while the synthesis is happening, first we get a loaded tRNA or the charged tRNA, and at the end the tRNA becomes uncharged and goes out. While the tRNA goes out, the code that is pertaining to it will be moving out of the machinery. Okay, so this way the elongation process happens, and at the end we encounter the stop codon, and the stop codon will be completely halting the process. And this way, whatever the amino acid chain is being now synthesized will undergo some modification. It can either act as a polypeptide, component, or it will be acting as a protein component. This protein component further can get modified in the endoplasmic reticulum or in the Golgi apparatus and starts to show a specific function in the cell. Okay, and that way the living processes in the body are coded. So we have the codes available on the DNA. DNA का coding के हिसाब से ही हमारे protein molecules यहाँ पे बन रहा है, and your protein molecule will be doing the activity at that particular point of time. Okay, so that's how the life processes are determined or blueprinted on your DNA. But as DNA is a very big molecule and we have to save a lot of energy, so what are we doing? We are actually cutting it in short, and we are preparing a single stage of RNA, and now we are totally working on the RNA only. And that's how the so-called RNA and proteins are coming into the picture. So this is how the central dogma of life will be running. So understanding it better, I'll be sharing a video with you all. Just go through the video once. After the video is done, then you can actually ask me for doubts.
The DNA double helix contains two linear sequences of the letters A, C, G, and T to carry coding instructions. Transcription of DNA begins with a buffer, specifically at the start of the gene, to read off the information that will be to make a protein. The blue molecule is unzipping the double helix and copying one of the two strands. The yellow chain snaking out the top cousin of DNA called RNA. The building blocks to make the
Look at the process between differences between the replication and transcription. Replication में देख लीजिए, हम ये पूरा DNA को separate करते जाएंगे. Okay, and you have two different formation of replication fork and formation of something called as continuous chain and discontinuous chain. दो chain बनता है. यहाँ पे हमको दो chain की जरूरी नहीं है, एक ही chain की जरूरी है. So what we do, we make a small bubble, and the bubble from the front will be cutting the DNA bonds, and from the backward it will be pasting the DNA bonds. Just look at it in close up. Yeah, see, so this is your bubble. This is your transcription bubble. So how is it established? You have your RNA polymerase cutting down the DNAs from the forward and pasting the DNAs from the backward. And in the nucleus, you have your free bases. You can see several yellow colored dots here. These are your free bases. So it starts to pick up the bases depending upon the complementarity, and it starts to build this chain of RNA.
They are matched to the DNA letter by letter to copy the gene. At this point, the RNA needs to be edited before it can be transferred.
So see, now we are getting to different regions. This is exon, which is a coding region, and this is intron, which is a non-coding region. You don't need introns. So what we do, we cut them down. So that's the editing process now, and who's doing that? Spliceosomes. These are nothing but the group of proteins. So they will be cutting down the DNA, not DNA, RNA at the junctions of introns and exons, and they will be pasting the exons only. And while doing that, they make sure that the introns are actually forming the loop.
Splicing begins with assembly of factors at the intron-exon borders, which act as beacons to guide small proteins to form a splicing machine called the spliceosome. The animation is showing this happening in real time. The spliceosome then brings the exons on either side of the intron very close together, ready to be cut. One end of the intron is cut and folded back on itself to join and form.
Now you see, एक बार intron cut होने के बाद, it has a chance to paste again, right? So what this machinery is doing is that it is actually making this intron to form a loop with it, the end of the same. Like you have this region, right? This is the entire intron. So intron का segment ही दूसरा intron के segment के साथ जोड़ रहा है. This is forming the loop. Okay, and once this intron forms the loop, now we don't have any chance of a new molecule coming and interacting with our coding part. So our coding parts can be pasted easily.
The spliceosome then cuts the RNA to release the loop and join the two exons together.
So see, now the exons are joined up. Okay, now this makes the coding DNA chain, RNA chain complete.
The edited RNA and intron are released and the spliceosome disassembles. This process is repeated for the protein. Again, this is happening in real time.
So this way, whatever the number of introns are there, all of these introns will be cut down and the exons are joined together and you get a mature form of RNA now. This now moves out of the nucleus.
When the RNA copy is complete, it sneaks out into the outer part of the cell.
This is cytoplasm.
Then all the components of a molecular factory called the ribosome
This is smaller unit of ribosome.
bond together around the RNA.
See, now it is blocked. The RNA chain, mRNA chain is blocked between the bigger and smaller ribosomal fragments.
It translates
And now you see these molecules coming and going out. These are nothing but your tRNAs.
the genetic information in the RNA into a string of protein. Special transfer molecules
So look at here. You can see a red color thing moving out. This is nothing but your P site, and this is where the amino acid chain keeps growing.
the green triangles bring each amino acid to the ribosome. Inside the ribosome,
So while you are looking at the moving RNA chain, you just look at this. They have showed the colors like तीन basis का एक color में, अगले तीन basis का एक color में दिखा दिया है. So movement जब भी होता है देख लीजिए triplets में जाएगा. It doesn't happen as base by base. It happened by three bases by three bases, code by code. Okay. Just like the way जब हम typing करेंगे तो you see that the so-called paper moves while the imprinting is done. Same way, after the codes are being established and after they are being read, okay, the movement always happens in coded format, not in the base format. So तीनों एक साथ move होंगे. So just look at the opposite side. Look at the movement of tRNAs. See, this is your A site. This is your P site. This is our E site. So A site से जब आपका tRNA आ रहा है, देखिए you have a red dot here, right? So the binding will be happening at the A site. So you see the anticodon loop and the codon part are bound here. After they are bound here, now you see it has moved ahead. So moving ahead से क्या हो गया है, ये जो जिसका ऑलरेडी tRNA फ्री हो गया है, अनचार्ज हो गया है, that starts to move out, and this will be occupying the area of P now. So in the area of P, because of the transition changes in the transition, the amino acid leaves this one and it starts to add up to the growing amino acid chain. So this way, you see the movement is happening in triplets. Okay. So आपका tRNA आ रहा है जा रहा है, at the same time आपको जितना भी कोर्स खत्म हो गया है वो भी आगे बढ़ रहा है. You can look at this region, the movement happening in triplicates again. So this way it goes on, the elongation. This is the elongation now. This is going on. It goes on until the so-called ribosomal machinery finds a stop codon. So we have three stop codons: UAA, UAG, UGA. इन तीनों में से अगर कोई ना कोई stop codon अगर मिलेगा, तो automatically आपका जो translational machinery है वो disassemble हो जाएगा. And whatever the protein is synthesized, that undergoes modifications, and whatever the mRNA is there now, that has to be cut down. Okay, उसका breakdown हो जाएगा, जिसके वजह से हमको फिर से free basis मिलेंगे. यही free basis को हम utilize करके दूसरा नया mRNA molecule synthesis करेंगे DNA में, I mean nucleus. Okay, and the tRNAs goes for recharging again. They go, they will be getting the so-called protein molecule का काम खत्म होने के बाद several proteins undergoes degradation. So we get amino acids. कैटाबोलिज्म होगा प्रोटीन का, तो अमीनो एसिड्स मिलेंगे. ये अमीनो एसिड्स फिर दोबारा जाके फिर टीआरएनएस के ऊपर बैठना शुरू करेंगे. Okay, they again get reloaded, they again get recharged. So this way you have a lot of recycling getting happening inside the cell once the process is again complete. Okay, why it is required? Basically because you require the entire content to be available for the next set of genes which gets activated. So this way you get a polypeptide chain or you get a protein. The protein now will be able to perform the task after the so-called modifications. तो मॉडिफिकेशन कहाँ पे होता है सेल में? एक एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम में होगा और एक गोल्गी एपरेटस में होगा. मेजरली endoplasmic reticulum participates in the modification of protein and making it functional. Okay. So this way the protein comes into the body, it does the function and done, job done. For those set of genes, the job is done. Again, another activity comes, another set of genes gets activated. Again, the so-called transcription and translation goes on. We get another type of a protein, and this another type of a protein will be doing the different job in the cell. So इस तरह हमारा बॉडी में बायोलॉजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज जो है वो चेंज होता रहता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन.
The amino acid is added to the protein chain, and after a few seconds, the protein starts to emerge from the ribosome. Ribosomes can make many proteins in just.
So that's all with the presentation, and that's all with the topic. If anyone has any doubts regarding this topic, let me know. If anyone has any doubts,
Sir, can you share the slides with us?
I'll share it with you all. And last topic का तो slides मैंने share नहीं किया है because as I said earlier, that's basics and you have already read them in chemistry and all. तो उसके लिए तो मैंने कुछ slides बनाए नहीं है. This particular slides I'll share it with you all. Okay. Any doubts? Process समझ में आया? This is the last topic for your mid semester examination, but this is like very important. mRNA editing usually will be coming either in the form of short answer or a long answer. Okay, वो आएगा ही आएगा. So that can be marked as very important. Okay. So that's all with your so-called course as of now. In the next class, if we still have time, we can actually go for a doubt clearing session. Or if not, we can straight away go ahead with the rest of the syllabus, biology syllabus.
Sure.
Yeah.
My attendance 444.
आप जल्दी क्यों नहीं आते हैं? You have to be quick, man. मैं 15 मिनट तक ले रहा हूँ अटेंडेंस. आप 15 मिनट के बाद भी क्लास में आ रहा है, मतलब you are very very indisciplined.
Sir, even today I was late. I'm so sorry for that.
What's your number?
428.
Okay.
So
444.
471.
444.
444 हो गया है.
So
There was
491.
491.
Sorry, sir.
449.
449. Okay. तो पहले भी आ रहा है. You have actually come earlier also. नहीं, अभी जो बहुत लेट से आए हैं बिल्कुल अटेंडेंस दिया नहीं है, सिर्फ वही लोग बता दीजिए. Okay, done then. Thank you all. We'll meet again in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So very good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So should we start our this one report writing assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay, na? No problem. Good afternoon. Yes.
No, we can start, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll start then. Okay, I'll just discuss the report writing with you, and then I'll give you the assignment. That is the assignment for today. Okay, so let me just share the screen. Okay, so report writing, as I was saying, that I will not discuss report writing in details because as such it is there in your syllabus unit 3. So at that time I will discuss. Today I'll only discuss memo because we have to write a memo, and memo is the only topic that is there in your lab syllabus. So we'll discuss that. So basically, what is the meaning of report? Report means it is a form of written communication which is written in order to describe about an event or narrate an incident. Just 1 minute. When you write something in a very elaborate manner, it is you can say that it is a report. And there are basically different types of report. The short reports, long reports are there. So under short report, we have memo and letter. Okay, so what is the letter form of report? That as I said, we will discuss when I'll discuss report in details. So we'll just we'll concentrate on memo. So what is a memo? Memo is a form of short report which is written by one person or department to another in the same organization. So you must remember one thing, that whenever you write a memo, it is written between the employees of the organization. And any communication, a small communication, I just said that when you see a notice can also be a form of memo. And here you just write what exactly has to be written. And but memo can also be, as I said, it can be an elaborate description. So here you will have your headings, subheadings, other things will also be there. It's not that it will not be there. And when I show you the format, then you will be able to understand. Just 1 minute. This is the format. See here, letterhead will be there. This is mandatory. Memo is always written in a letterhead. Then this is compulsory. You have to write either ME, MO, RA and DUM or just memo. Okay, you have to write it. Say for example, you will make it bold. Okay, then see, the format is to. To is the person who is receiving the memo, from the person who is sending the memo, date on which memo is written, subject, topic of the memo. Directly, then you see no salutation is there. Directly you will write whatever you want to. I'll show you a sample. Don't worry. Then subheadings. Subheadings will be here. Like for example, a memo is an elaborate form, so you will need to write subheadings and other things. Signature. If you are not writing, marks will not be cut. But signature is usually there. That means initials, name of the person. So here name of the person and then the designation. So this is just the format of the memo and nothing else. Okay, this is the format. And okay, this is our letterhead. I'll just come to the sample of a memo. Okay, so this is the letterhead. You see, Frioxon Cloths line, A121 Green Lane, New York, phone, fax, email ID, website address. So this is actually written together. So as it is, no, not a problem. So then memo. The person has written memorandum. As I said, you can write memo also. See, name the name of the person along with the designation. This is very important. To Kelly Anderson, marketing executive. from Jonathan Fitzgerald, market research assistant. Date June 14, 2007. Subject is a fall clothes line promotion. Fall is the season. No salutation. Directly, the person has written market research and analysis show that the proposed advertising media for the new fall lines needs to be reprioritized and changed. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, the letterhead would be of the sender, right?
Letterhead will be of the organization for whom you are writing a letter.
For whom or from whom? The sender or the receiver?
See, you remember what we did in our letter writing? In the letter writing, we wrote the letterhead. Like, for example, you are working in an organization. So, for example, you are working here. Frioxon cloths line. Okay. So you will use the Frioxon cloths line, no doubt. But then the name of the sender, I mean, you are the sender. So here you will write your name. Okay. Along with your designation.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope I am able to explain you.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Okay. So so this is what we will do. We understood by this. So here you see the introduction the person has given that it has been reprioritized. Why it has to be reprioritized? You see, findings from focus groups and surveys have made it apparent that we need to update our advertising efforts to align them with styles and trends of young adults today. No longer are young adults interested in sitcoms as they watch reality television shows. Also, it has become increasingly important to use internet as a tool to communicate with our target audience to show our dominance in the clothing industry. Okay, this is the reason why they just 1 minute. Okay. The reason is, like you see, from the surveys they have seen they need to update the advertising efforts. Why? Because the trend of the young adults that has changed. That is the reason they are doing. So no longer are young adults interested in sitcoms as they watch reality television shows. But now that system has also changed. Also, it has become increasingly important to use internet as a tool to communicate with our target audience to show our dominance in the clothing industry. So what they will do is they will divide it into two parts. One is internet advertising. The other one is the reality television advertising. Two ways they are advertising. So you see, XYZ company needs to focus on advertising on internet sites that reveal to young people. According to the surveys, 72% of our target market uses internet for 5 hours or more per week. The following list shows in order of popularity the most frequented sites: Google, Facebook, MySpace, eBay, iTunes, etc. Shifting our efforts from other media sources such as radio and magazine to these popular internet sites will more effectively promote our product sales. They are saying that they will go for online internet advertising on these places. Young adults are spending more and more time on internet, downloading music, communicating and researching for homework, and less time reading newspapers and listening to radio. As the trend for cultural icons go digital, so must our marketing plans. You see what they have done. Like you also might have seen that whenever you are trying to listen to any music on YouTube, first you will see the advertisement, which really is very irritating. Next one is television advertising. It used to be common to advertise for our products or shows like Friends, and this is the title of the show, Seinfeld, for our target audience. But even the face of television is changing. Young adults are tuning to reality television shows for their entertainment. Results from focus groups show that our target audience is more interested in shows like American Idol, The Apprentice, American Star, Next Top Model. The only reality shows to be ranked in the top 10 most commonly watched shows by males and females within the age group 18 to 25 is Desperate Housewife. This is the only the soap that they watch. At Blue Incorporated, we need to focus on our advertising budget on reality television shows and reduce the amount of advertising spent on other programs. Then he has given the conclusion by refocusing our advertising efforts of our new line of clothing, we will be able to maximize the exposure of our product to our target market and therefore increase our sales. Tapping into trends of young adults will help us gain market share and sales through effective advertising. So this is what he has written. So Jonathan Fitzgerald is the market research assistant. He is writing on behalf of the organization. Okay, and he is writing, you see, as I said, it is meant for the internal use. So he is writing to the marketing executive. Okay. So this is a memo which has been written. I hope I'm clear, or if anyone is having any doubt, please ask me.
Ma'am, any word limit?
There is no word limit actually. Okay. I hope you would be able to write the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Ma'am, in the exam, ma'am, in this exam, ma'am, are the marks and punctuation and all?
No.
Okay, ma'am.
So now I'm just showing you the question which you have to do. Imagine that you are the PRO of Navneet Associates Private Limited. Write a memo to all the employees of the organization about the annual business conference scheduled to take place from 20th of December. Mention the following details. So you have to write, these are the subheadings. Name of the conference. Name of the conference is what? Annual business conference. Date and venue and time. Date is 20 December. The time you can just mention as 9 a.m. or something like that. And venue is, you can write conference hall or maybe virtual also you can write. List of speakers. Say for example, the list of speakers, you are giving 5 names of speakers. You have to write the names. Like for example, suppose you are writing Professor Anna Hall. Okay, Hanoi, University of Hanoi, Department of Computer Science, University of Hanoi, Vietnam. So the topic which he will speak, like for example, you can just give us name of a topic. I mean, give a title of the topic like data modeling and its future. Okay, or future of data modeling. So this can be one example. In that way, you will give 5 minimum. You can. I'll just write here. And here, list of guests. List of guests, you don't have to write the names and you don't have to write the topic or anything. Just name and the designation. Who is the person? You want, you can write the name of the celebrity also. Okay. So I hope I'm able to clear, or you need more clarification, and otherwise I'm uploading this assignment.
Ma'am, what did you say about the speakers, list of speakers? We have to write the place also.
No need of place. The person's designation along with the topics.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm just uploading this question.
Ma'am, can you please also upload the sample?
Of course. First, I'm uploading the material. Okay, I've just assigned it in the class, and you tell me what should be the deadline. Should it be 2 o'clock? Will you be able to submit it by 2 o'clock?
Can you extend the deadline to about 1 or 2 days if possible?
Ma'am, because we are having so many tests this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So how much
Yeah.
time do you want? Tell me.
We have quiz tomorrow, then we have a quiz on Sunday as well.
Oh my
And
God.
on Sunday we have extra class.
My God. Achha, Saturday, which timetable is being followed?
Now, this Saturday, I don't think any timetable has been followed because
But
Saturday is the
we
second
have a
Saturday.
quiz of computer programming.
We have quiz of computer, so that will be on Moodle.
My God. Okay.
Ma'am, if it's possible, if we can keep it on Sunday evening, if it's feasible for you.
Which one?
The deadline of this.
Deadline. You can see deadline Sunday 9 p.m. Will that be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
More than okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sunday 9 p.m. in that case. Let me put the deadline as Sunday 9 p.m. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Try to give the comments also of this assignment. Your valuable comments.
Surely, ma'am.
Okay. So now you will do or I'll take the attendance.
Take the attendance, ma'am.
Okay.